runway 22, cleared for takeoff and proceed on course. Winds are calm.
Roger 364, departing 22 west. And I'm going to stay on frequency, but I'll be on the west side.
Oh, roger.
You're going to like this takeoff. It's quite a bit different than what you've done before.
Okay. What do we get up to speed-wise?
We'll get up to about 45. Maybe a little more because I got a lot of fuel. Okay, here we go.
You must have like a flight zone, like you can't go flying over like Albuquerque and stuff.
Yeah, I can.
Oh.
There's some restrictions that I have to be just aware of. For example, if I fly right on the edge of these mountains right here, these little hills, right on the other side of it is the Class C airspace for the international airport, and I'm allowed to fly there as long as I stay below 6,900 feet. If I stay below 6,900 feet, up to...
latest Juliet is now current, winds calm, altimeter 3020.
If I stay below that, the planes fly in over me at 7,400, so it gives us enough of a separation to come into that airspace. All right, now let me give you an option. I have two routes over on this side. All right, you tell me which one you prefer, okay? If we go this way, there's some really cool, gorgeous formations and stuff like that out there. And we can try and get a little low over top of them and fly around them probably about this high. Or we can go out this way. We can follow the Rio Puerco down towards that, well, it's over on the other side, towards Route 66 Casino. Follow the river, and you can do some flying, and then we'll come back around this way. You want scenery, or do you want flying?
Yeah, let's go fly.
Let's go. You want to fly?
Sure.
Okay. Because over on this side, where if we go that way, what I'll do is I'll skirt out here, and you'll see some pretty neat stuff and that out there. But then we'll go down this way, and in between this valley over here, towards Route 66, it's plenty of places to land, and it's much safer, and we can get a little lower and that, okay?
Okay.
Now, while we're going out here, let me explain how the plane flies. We're on a pendulum here. From the top there, you see that hang point up at the top?
Yes.
We're on one point here, we're on a hang point. So this is called a weight shift control aircraft. It's not like an airplane. When you took off, you had your yoke and you had your throttle and and you steered with your ailerons.
Right.
All together different here. We have two axes. We have an up and down and a yaw, or a turn, okay? And we don't have rudders. We don't have ailerons. What we've got is our weight that steers us. So as we're flying, you'll see this control bar here going back and forth a little bit. And I'm adjusting for the winds, and I'm using it for my direction. So what I do is to turn, and we're getting a little bit of bumps off this escarpment here. We get on the other side, it'll be smooth. But
so you push left, you go left, huh?
well, no, it's opposite.
Okay,
You ride a motorcycle?
No.
Okay. Well, if you grab your steering wheel and hold on to your steering wheel on the bottom, and you turn it like this, you're going to go that way, right?
Right.
It's the same thing with here. We turn it opposite to go that way. So for example, here, I want to go to the left a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push out on this side a little bit.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
See, and then the wing turns. And what happens is the way that we do that is that we're pushing our bodies in this pendulum to this side, and when we do that, it lowers that wing and turns us. So that's how we fly. I'm going to climb up here a little bit and get out that way. The other thing that it does is while we're flying in your airplane, you set the throttle at so many RPMs, and you let it go. And what you do to climb, you pull back and you start climbing out. You just keep using the throttle. Using what throttle you have as you're climbing out. What we do for a trike is watch the horizon out here off of this pole here. Watch the horizon. And when I want to climb, what I do is I throttle up. Now I'm going to throttle up here, and you watch that nose come up. See it coming up?
Uh-huh.
That's how we climb, is with throttle. And then if we want to descend, we just let off on the throttle, and then the nose comes down. Now to do a turn, I'm adjusting it so we can do it. I'm going to do a turn to the right, and then we'll come back around this way, and we'll fly out that way. Or actually, I'll just come out this way. So I push out on the left. And then I straighten it out. Then I bring it back to the left, push it to the right, and bring it around to the left. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's go to the left here. We'll get over this escarpment. We'll start heading down that way. I always want to make sure that I can land if something were to happen, with the engine go out. Wherever I go, I always have a place to land. That's just part of what, when I teach my students, it's how I teach them. See, I can land in any one of these little spots out here on either side of this little arroyo down there. And so I've got plenty of places to land. And we'll get on the other side over here, and these bumps and stuff will start going away, and it'll get real smooth. But while we're doing this, look out over this area over in here. You're going to see when that sun comes up here in a few minutes. It's just like Monument Valley. Have you ever been there?
No.
You know where it's at?
No.
Up in Utah. It's on the Four Corners, and it's where they used to make all the John Wayne movies and all of that, with those things that come up out of the, the spires and those things. That's where they used to make a lot of westerns at. This is just like Monument Valley. It's just gorgeous out here. You see that stuff right straight ahead of us?
Uh-huh.
Those little white things?
Yeah.
Look like crosses, don't they?
Yep.
What they are windmills. Right on the other side of those clouds up there, is Mount Taylor. So
I've been to the